let's discuss. Let's discuss the situation. All right, so we're looking for, again, we're just doing special guests today. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Tanetta, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm sorry. Just doing special guests today. I'm sorry to those who would typically come up. Hey, live content creator, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Impactful live today. Denise, good morning. Time again for the uncomfortable conversation, no doubt about it. Again, we're talking about IT, Haiti. Please tap the screen, share out the live. If you can help with the live goal, tap the screen, share the live. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Corey, how are you? How are you? If you have been able to get, information on Haiti, it's not really being covered very much by the mass media. The situation this weekend over in Haiti was just catastrophic. I'm doing a little bit better. I think so. At least my mind is telling me I'm doing a little bit better. I want to let the panelists talk about what happened. Where can we see you after TikTok? I'm going to have a live to discuss that, Jonathan. It's a great question. I've been thinking of multiple opportunities. Yes, it is no joke. Goodness, tell me about it. I sound better? Okay, that's good. That's good. I think I'm feeling a little bit better, but situations like this with what's going on in Haiti compel me to, give my platform to folks that can discuss the situation. Oh, thank you, Annie. Taz, how are you? It's definitely been going around. I hope you guys are all, doing the best that you can. There's so much pain going on right now. And again, I think that's David. We're doing just special guests today, David. So normally I would have you up, but today we're just doing special guests. So thank you, David, for requesting, but we're just doing special guests today. Okay. So I hope everybody is doing the best that they can, given everything that's going on in the world right now. I know it's very, very difficult, but I'm waiting for my sister Anne to come in. I think I might have just saw her. To come up, and then hopefully Tailpipe will swing through. We've got hopefully a couple of other guests. Again, we're just doing special guests. We'll see how long we'll go. Maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully you can all join. Naz, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, but the situation is really deteriorated. I mean, it's been bad. I looked at some of the statistics. Hello, Queen. Hope you're doing well, and thank you, fam. 12,000 people have been unalived in the last, not even 3 years in Haiti. 12,000 people, 5,000 people this year. When I was looking to, again, do some of the research to prepare for the live. I knew the numbers were high. I didn't know they were that high. You always have to sense that, unfortunately, right, the numbers are probably even higher than these estimates. But again, 12,000 in not even 3 years, 5,000 this year. There was roughly nearly 200 people unalived due to gang violence over the weekend. I'll let some of the panelists speak to that a little bit more as well. But the situation, again, just continues to deteriorate as we speak. Here we go. Here we got Ann. All right. Hey, Ann, how are you, fam?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you could join us for this very important discussion on Haiti. I know I've had a couple of lives about Haiti over the past, few months, but some of the people here today may not have seen any of those. So what my thought was today is obviously talk about the situation, the current situation, what's happened over the weekend, but also kind of sprinkle in some of the history as well, and maybe Also talk about what's going on with the Dominican Republic. I know they've just elected somebody, a new president, or I don't know if they call it president or prime minister, but that
President.
president. Okay, thank you, and that they have changed some of their, immigration quote unquote strategies. Firewire, thank you so much, and thank you everybody for tapping the screen and the shout outs and the good mornings. If I don't get to you, just know that I see it. Much love to everybody. But I want to get into all of that. But obviously, you are the authority here. So please feel free to talk about whatever you would like. And let's get the awareness up about what's going on for our brothers and sisters down there in Haiti.
I don't want to be the authority, but
Compared to me, you definitely are.
so I think what we have to say is Haiti has not had a legitimate government since the unaliving of the President Moise. I think from that point on, it's just like descended into this chaotic situation where we have had prime ministers, we have had lockdowns, and nothing seems to get better. Often enough, we get these periods of extreme violence that break out and cause people to just flee their homes. Mm-hmm. And this is, again, something that we are experiencing now. People are displaced and they are leaving their homes at alarming rates because the situation is becoming so dire, so difficult. Mm-hmm. Over the weekend, 180 people, I think, mm-hmm. or close to 200 people were unalived for quote unquote magic practices. And what I am struggling to understand is like voodoo is definitely part of our culture. Mm-hmm. Voodoo is definitely part of our heritage. And while sometimes it can be taboo, it is not something that we see on a regular basis for anyone, if not like 200 people mm-hmm. getting unalived over something like that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Can you, I'm sorry, fam, if you could go into the connection. I've read up on why the 200 people were unalived. Can you go into the specifics on that? Just so people understand, but that connection between what you're saying about voodoo and the unaliving this weekend.
So the element of this weekend situation, right? It was in a place called Cité Soleil. It is very, very close to the capital on the coast, well, closer to the coast. And what they said is that these attacks started to happen on December 6th and December 7th. The reason that they gave was magic, and the people that were unalived were predominantly older people. So for me, I don't know that I'm clear on what the real reasoning is. I personally just feel like it was just human rights abuses, and because there's no justice system mm-hmm. in Haiti, mm-hmm. they are free to do just that. This is being orchestrated by most of the same. Oh, sorry.
Can I comment when you're done, Anne?
Absolutely.
So apparently this gang member, I don't know his name, I'm just call him gang member. He apparently had a son that was sick. And due to his son being sick, obviously he lives in this area called Cité Soleil, which is this slum in Port-au-Prince. And he apparently accused these people of doing having to do with his son being sick, and eventually his son did be was passed away.
Hmm.
But he decided to blame these older people who obviously practice a different religion from him, and he blamed them. And not everyone who passed away or was unalive was so-called a voodoo practicing person. There were some people who was trying to stop him from hurting these elderly women, and they got unalive too. So it's not necessarily everyone who was unalive was a voodoo practicing Haitian. He just
Hmm.
accused them of that because that's what he believes, that his son being sick was because his neighbors were apparently practice that religion.
Right. My understanding, real quick, I just want to just interject real quick, and then please correct me if I'm. My understanding is that this gang member went to someone, and this the person said, "Hey, we think it's someone over 60 that put that did something with the voodoo, and why your son is being sick." And so, in response to that, he retaliated and went after typically elderly people over 60.
Mostly women. Yeah.
Yeah, is that correct? Okay, okay, okay.
But you also have to recognize that when they do that, they also go to other voodoo practitioners. That's who gives them these answers of
Mm-hmm.
this is a curse, this is what happened, um, and I think personally, it's just an excuse
Me,
to
I think that too because he has a history on unaliving people who are not even practicing that
Mm,
religion.
yeah, I think it's really just an excuse for him to like justify even more unalivings, to justify even more displacements. Um, Voodoo is part of our culture. Like if you don't practice it, you at least know of it. Um,
mm-hmm.
it is something that is pretty widespread and covered up with Christianity on the surface. But it's widespread and it's well known. And
Of our leaders were chosen by you. If you don't want Haitians coming to US,
Mm-hmm.
then stop supporting our oligarchs who are ruling over our country, and they're the ones who fed those gangs those guns to maintain control over the society so Haiti won't change. They want to keep their monopolies, and half of these oligarchs are running American corporations. So how about you keep the US out of Haiti?
it's not going to happen. I think that there is some kind of advantage for them. So, hoping and wishing that the U.S. will stay out of Haiti, I don't see that happening.
And not only
Um,
that, those slum areas in Port-au-Prince, that's where all the gangs are. Guess what? All American corporations are down there. So the reason why America wants to help Haiti's not because they really care about Haitians. It's because they want to keep their business keep running.
Mm, mm.
Cité
So
du Soleil has a lot of American manufacturing companies, so Haitians can go work their slave labor for $1 a day.
mhm.
interesting, interesting. So maybe we should talk a little bit. Well, there's a couple things I want to talk about. So obviously, we talked about what happened this weekend. Put a one in the comments if you heard or if you saw any real coverage by the mass media of
And
the.
obviously, I'm not blaming Americans for those Haitian gay members unaliving Haitians. Obviously, it's on them. But that system was helped propped by the American government.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Because these gang members are acting savagely because they're mad at their life, because where they're at in position, instead of attacking, I'm not agreeing with hurting innocent, going after people, but those people who's helped keeping them poor are not the ones who's living near them. They're not going after these oligarchs.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I I sometimes I stop and think, and I wonder if this is not like a combined effort of oligarchs and U.S. that's funneling these arms into Haiti to keep Haiti in this state of chaos and violence. Um, I don't necessarily understand why or how this happens, but Some of the things that are important to note is Port-au-Prince's airport is now closed.
Mm-hmm.
American Airlines issued notice late last week that they would not be flying into Port-au-Prince until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, we had a date of February. Now we don't have a date at all. Um, they're hoping that the airport can open back up tomorrow, but we haven't heard any updates on that just yet. And even if they were to open back up tomorrow and resume flights into Haiti by JetBlue and Spirit Airlines,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably not going to happen because the original date was supposed to be for everyone, for all three airlines, to start back up in February. So we're probably not going to see that change. Now, what has happened is the United States has sent in planes to Haiti to bring American citizens back over to the U.S. When they
Okay.
when things like that happen and you don't have dual citizenship or you don't have American citizenship and you're stuck, kind of like how my family is stuck right now, it just makes matters so much worse because now you're creating anger for people who are citizens here that are living here and have family back home and feel absolutely helpless to the situation. We don't talk enough about the reality that Haiti is now in a quite dire situation where people are starving, people are hungry, children are being brought into these gangs and becoming child soldiers. If we are not raising the awareness, then we're failing our country.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. If we could maybe talk a little bit about, there's a couple things I want to talk about. One is there may be some people here today that don't understand kind of, why we've had this, dramatic uptake in violence over the last few years. Obviously, right before you guys came up, I mentioned, the estimates are that 12,000 people have been unalived over the last 3 years, and then 5,000 people have been unalived just this year. And so, if y'all don't mind, maybe just a little bit about what kind of caused this for people that don't know, and then I kind of want to also go into the situation with the Dominican Republic. I do see that getting some level of attention, not much, obviously, but I also want to talk about that. And of course, please interject with anything else you want to add. But just for people that don't have the context and don't know, it might be good to just talk a little bit about why there's been the uptick in violence over the last few years.
And do you want to go first or do you want to let me go? I'll just go. Well, I personally believe that there has been an uptick of violence because I don't know too much knowledge about this agreement between Haiti and Venezuela. There was like this agreement between Haiti and Venezuela about called Petrocaribe, where Venezuela basically helped Haiti with fuels, and they also helped give Haiti some money. And during that time when Venezuela gave Haiti money, people within the Haitian government mismanaged that money. So there was this uptick of protesting against the Haitian government, protesting against the puppets who were put into power by the United States Department, like Michel Martelly, and basically to
Oh,
hold
Ti, real
Haiti.
quick. I'm sorry, fam. People can't hear you. I don't know if you can get closer to your mic.
Well, from what I know, Haiti and Venezuela used to have this agreement called the Petro-Caribe agreement. I don't know too much about that, but I know Venezuela was helping Haiti with fuels, and they were obviously giving Haiti some money. and that money from the petrocary was mismanaged by the Haitian government. So a bunch of Haitians started to protest against the Haitian government to hold them accountable from mismanaging that money. And they were also protesting against the US and France and Canada because they helped put into power a man named Michel Martelly through fake elections. And so I guess that movement became so powerful. I guess our political elites and our oligarchs grew scared of that movement. So to undermine these people, they started to fund these men from these slums to kind of stop this movement from growing. And not only that, these oligarchs in Haiti basically use these gang members to kind of control the status of the country, to keep the status quo where they have a monopoly over the whole entire economy. These oligarchs control the exports and imports. And many of these oligarchs are very connected to the United States because they lobby the American government. And the United States actually supported them when they wanted to overthrow our first democratic elected president, Jean, I think Aristide. So these oligarchs want to keep Haiti in this chaos and unequal so they can keep exploiting the masses, and they can just go live somewhere in Florida, I don't know, even Canada. And so the Haitian people are very tired. So there has been a rise of violence because they funded those gangs to stop this popular movement of basically improving a better Haiti.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And do you want to jump in on this? If not, I'll go to my next question, but it's up to you, fam.
I think Gigi, I think she articulated that very well. I don't necessarily have anything to add. She did.
Perfect. Okay. So the next topic that I wanted to cover and just get your perspective on is the situation with the Dominican Republic. There's always been kind of a, it seems like, at least from what I've known, please correct me if I say anything that's incorrect, but there always seems like there's been some level of a frosty relationship between the two countries. And it seems like right now that relationship is gotten worse, given the situation within Haiti, people from Haiti immigrating over to the Dominican Republic, the Dominican Republic's government becoming more anti-immigration and expelling Haitian migrants. And so, if you could talk a little bit about that relationship, I would love to just hear your perspective about it.
Oh, where did you go? So with that, I think this has been an ongoing situation for quite some time. We did help the Dominican Republic gain their independence. But I think in closer history, I guess, we would say that the element started from a president. What is his name? It'll come to me. There's a president that led a campaign of unalivings due to racism, and it was from the migrant workers. They had recruited many migrant workers to come in and work on plantations. Trujillo, yes. Thank you. Thank you. It is Trujillo. So he jumped on the opportunity that it was going to be kind of like it's us versus them. It's a black versus not black situation, which it wasn't. Like, he has managed to, and it's a very, hold on.
Well, Ann is coming back again. Yes, please tap the screen, share out the live. This is a very important discussion we're having. Again, Haiti just doesn't get the coverage it deserves. Go ahead, Ann.
Okay, sorry, I am also at work.
Good, man.
So he made, I mean, we're from the same island, right? We had two different colonizers, so Spain and France. He made it seem like there was some kind of a difference between the two sides of the island. Where, I mean, to me, there's no difference. Um, I would say like, oh, Firewire wants to come up. Um, I would say that when he led this campaign of like trying to make a difference between the two of us, it like further caused division. They also have two in the Dominican Republic. They have um, two separate Independence Day, but they only celebrate the one from quote unquote Haiti, where it should be. And a lot of Dominicans now are starting to claim that Independence Day from Spain back and try to celebrate that. It's still very important to say, like, they want to actively demonize us. Yes, Juju is Haitian.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Um, they want to actively demonize us and make a difference between us, so as to keep us out. Um, so with that, making this difference from that point on all the way up until now is no, you guys are black, we're not black.
Mm.
That's where the issue comes from, is you guys are black, we're not black. And that's something you hear from like older Dominicans a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So those unalivings that happened under Trujillo have continued to happen. Maybe not on such a broad scale, but they've continued to happen. There have been all kinds of unalivings, but there's also atrocities that are happening. There are, how do I say this without getting flagged? Okay, I won't say it. Violence against women.
Mm-hmm. We got
They consistently deport people in like the worst states. So it will be like where the border is now closed. But what they're doing is they're deporting a whole bunch of Haitians during a crisis. So now these Haitians, that a lot of them are kids, a lot of them don't have any way to help themselves over in Haiti. All they know is the Dominican Republic, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll take them, deport them to a place they do not know, to a place where they do not speak the language, and they are like in a state of helplessness.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of, I guess, colorism issue that happens. There's a huge difference between the socioeconomic, I guess, gap between like Dominicans versus
Mm-hmm.
Haitians. Their country is a lot less beaten down, whereas Haiti has been beaten down, beaten down, beaten down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? There's a lot of different things we could speculate on
Mm-hmm.
why, but I think for the most part, we can easily say that Haitians have been dehumanized in Haiti for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Haitians have been dehumanized in the United States for a very long time. And the divide, this false divide that they've created, is making the situation worse.
Got you. Got you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, fam. Thank you for that. You did exactly what I was hoping you would do with that answer. Let's bring in Juju. Juju, thank you so much. Again, I'm kind of restricting the panel to just Haitians, so that's why I just wanted to do that little screening just to before we brought you up. But I appreciate your understanding. Your thoughts, maybe that's if we could, maybe also on the situation with the Dominican Republic, and then maybe just your overall thoughts on the situation down in Haiti right now.
Sure. Thanks for having me, brother. I'd like to thank everyone on the panel and everyone who's participated on the live. Currently, was the situation with the Dominican Republic. To say the least, it's always been a rocky situation. But the president of the Dominican Republic currently right now, who has just been reelected,
Hmm.
he's taken a very a very just an aggressive stance against Haiti and Haitian people.
Hmm.
Um, there's in Dominican Republic, they have this ideology called anti-Haitianism, which has been institutionalized since the dictator by the dictator of Rafael Trujillo, and basically has um, have a institutionalized an ideology that paints Haitian people as as bad people, or
Mm.
they're the enemies.
Hmm.
They speak on Haitian people that are in their country as if they called them invaders rather than like economic migrants, which kind of shapes the treatment of them. Like I believe it was in 2012 or 2014. I believe they had stripped citizenship for people of Haitian ancestry up to like 1929. Like if you had like your grandparents that came here 1929, like you're no longer considered a Dominican
Mm.
citizen.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so like they just kept this like anti-Haitian posture for a long time. And of course, Haiti is going through a lot of turmoil, and it's just been recently found out that a lot of the current a lot of the gangs in Haiti are being are getting like pews and ammunition from Dominican police and military and things like that. So the situation right now is very tense between the two countries. But yeah, that's currently what the situation is.
Got it. Got it. Got it. And then maybe, real quick, I'm sorry. If you just don't mind, maybe just a little bit on why this, on why the situation has escalated, maybe over the past couple of years, and we've got a great answer. But is there anything else, maybe if you want to add about that, and then we'll go to Firewire.
Yeah, well, I believe like it was last year, 2023, that I believe that a canal that's close to the border of the Dominican Republic and Haiti in a town called that has been built in the town called One that's close to the border of the Dominican Republic. Now this canal it was approved by both Dominican Republic and Haiti during the last administration
Hmm.
of the president that was unalive, President Jovenel Moise. It was his plan, and he went through whatever process necessary in order to approve it, and they came both Haiti and Dominican Republic came to a an agreement, and everything was signed and agreed for. But before this canal was built, the president obviously was unalived, and the people of that town thought it was necessary that regardless, because they know how some of these politicians are in Haiti, and so they thought it was necessary to go through with the process of building the canal anyway. But for some whatever reason, that didn't sit well with the current president of the Dominican Republic,
Mm.
and Haitian people were very resilient. Like it is what it is. So the people went through. There a lot of people volunteered. People donated money, etc., into building this canal. And the Dominican Republic, the president, he basically mobilized military, had this big show of military force, over at the border just for a couple of people who just
Mm.
for people, for citizens, not even any military or armed force or anything like that are building this canal near the border
Hmm.
and or whatever. So like the situation got real tense. He's been threatening to do something about Haiti and Haitian people. During that time, Haitians just, they weren't like complying with his demands to stop the building of stop building the canal. And after displaying all these military equipment and stuff, like mobilizing his military, and they realized that we weren't going to stop, so he shut down the border. He shut down the border with the intent to or thinking that Haitians were going to back down, like they're going to starve us to death or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, to starve us until we're unalive. That's one of the comments. But that pretty much didn't work either. In a matter of fact, many of their own people were complaining about the border shutdown. And that didn't work, and so they had went to basically aggressive deportations of Haitian people, and those basically those kind of tactics, and
Gotcha.
from there it's just been the relations between the two countries, just it's been a downward spiral.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Juju. Appreciate that. Let me go up to Firewire. Firewire, thank you so much for being able to carve some time. I know you're very busy, as all of the other panelists, but I'm glad you're able to carve some time out to be able to discuss whatever you would like to share with us. And thank you guys for supporting this live. And as always, fam, being a panelist, supporting the live, and Dr. NS and everybody, Andrea, Crystal, I saw everybody that's here for supporting. Please, if you can, gift the panelists. If you can, tap the screen, share out the live, all of that good stuff. Let me go to Firewire, fam. Anything you would like to add in regards to Dominican Republic or the situation this weekend, whatever you would like to speak on.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Smitty, for hosting this live, because I greatly appreciate it, since Haiti is really not talked about at all, or barely even enough. And I definitely want to thank everyone in the live right now for tapping the screen. Even if y'all are on company time, I appreciate y'all, okay? I appreciate all of you guys. And I just wanted to just add more on what Juju was saying, is that especially in regards to the Dominican Republic, they started building that wall back in 2022. And the president there, since then, he's been on this insane mission to make sure that he can deport as many Haitians as he can from Haiti. And what's not being talked about or realized is that Haitians are not going there because they want to, go there for a vacation. That is not the case. We go over there for work. And by just going there for work, it's to feed their families that are there. And half the time, the police that are there patrolling the border will prevent them from even selling their goods at the market. And that's not even talked about as well. Even if you if you look at the map now and you were to Google it, Haiti versus the Dominican Republic, just look at it. You can see how much deforestation is happening on Haiti versus Dominican Republic. You can see where the care is put while Haiti is continuing to suffer economically, socially, and the DR begins to thrive, and you can slowly see it with the people and the culture that's there. I mean, Haitians, we've always been resilient, and it's as if it almost feels like at times we're invisible, especially when it comes to suffering, because Haiti has helped out with America with the Civil War. We've helped out other countries even when we can barely even help ourselves at that point. And we're oftentimes forgotten, especially with the DR. It's like they have in Dominican Republic, there's such a big issue, especially with colorism, and they want to separate themselves from even being considered Black or even being considered Haitian themselves. They want to completely disregard that fact. And those sentiments have literally caused a spike, whether it be in violence against women, massive deportation, making it difficult for my people to even be able to make a livelihood there. It's a difficult subject for me to talk about sometimes when I think about it. And it's like we need to be heard. And when we try to be heard, it's like it's falling on deaf ears. That's why I'm so appreciative of you, Smitty, for hosting this live. So appreciative of you for doing this.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think what we have to say is like there is a lot of anger that comes from this quote unquote Haitian occupation that dates back to 1822 and it lasted about 20 years. And from that point on, there's just this demonization, right? And then there was also that unaliving of Haitians that happened under Trujillo. But like in more recent times, those two different aspects of history have continued to come down, 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 where people are learning this and now it's become a learned behavior. The migration issue, the deforestation issue, all of that ties into like this, we are different when we're actually not. If we were able to stop being so divided, we would work very well with one another. There's also this issue in reference to the canal where they will kind of find ways to stop the flow of water that goes to the Haitian side by taking way more on the Dominican side. So there's no real order, and what doesn't help is that we don't have a government. We don't have a government. We have this, I don't know, situation put in place by CARICOM, which ultimately is United States overhead, where they went into a hotel and decided to make this delegation of, I want to say, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, 8 different people or 7 different people.
I think 9 different parties.
There.
It's 7 voting members to observing members.
Yeah, and so they are taking turns. How are we supposed to create stability if they each have a 3-month mandate?
Right.
We don't have a stable government, Smitty. We don't. How are we supposed to politically defend ourselves if we don't have a stable government? And this is like internationally sponsored by CARICOM, by the what's it called? Members of CARICOM, with, of course, U.S. oversight. And I'll say this. We actively voted against ourselves when we voted for Kamala, because the Democratic governments in the U.S. have always been worse for Haiti.
Oh, interesting. So under Democratic presidencies, the situation with Haiti's gotten, the U.S. has targeted Haiti more negatively.
Almost always. Always.
Oh, okay.
I agree with that.
I disagree with that too, but yeah, you can go ahead, sis.
This because of the simple fact that under Clinton, he took land, right? Even though we have, as part of our history, land is only supposed to be owned by Haitians. He took land. Under Obama, there was this active campaign to lower Haitian wages in like U.S. owned factories that are in Haiti, production factories in Haiti. This right now, under Biden, we've seen more and more violence. So I think that in recent years, we have, like, not to say that President Crazy Orange Man was any kind of good for us, but he also there was not as much widespread interference.
Yeah, but he made us go against Venezuela, though.
Which is terrible for our economy, because obviously we had an agreement for oil.
Yeah, and now we're on IMF fuels.
Yeah, so it is debatable, but like that's my personal view, and that's just an opinion.
Got you. Let me go up to D-Bus real quick. Thank you, D-Bus. Appreciate you coming through. Can you talk a little bit about the situation this weekend? Yeah, I talked about it in the beginning of the live. Almost 200 people were unalived. And then if you could then maybe go into the situation with the Dominican Republic. I think it's good to just hear, multiple people's perspectives on the Dominican Republic and how folks from Haiti feel about the Dominican Republic. Again, to me, in my opinion, it just isn't talked about that much. But feel free also, of course, to talk about anything else you would like.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I saw you having the live, and I just kind of wanted to give my opinion.
I've had you before, man. You're excellent. I've had you before, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's going to have their own opinion. Before I talk about what happened during the weekend, I just wanted to talk about something that Anne talked about. I personally also think that under Democratic president, Haiti always seemed to, if we had taken another 4 years of Biden, I personally don't think as a country or as a people we would survive. Like us Haitians have to look at reality. Like it's almost like Ukraine there. It's just we don't have like another country we're fighting with. I know like the situation of DR, but it's not that bad compared to what's happening in the Ukraine, right? So and because I have lived as a kid, I have lived under Clinton imposed embargo where there was no food. There wasn't no gas. People had, they talk about trees and stuff. It's big. Most of the trees had to be cut because people didn't have natural gas because we were under embargo. Like, think about it. What would Haiti be doing to be under embargo? And then the embargo was to restore a country that the U.S. sponsored to take out. And then to bring the president back, they embargoed us. Like, you understand that was one of the few, like they also talk about transitional government. Since I was a kid, that's all there were. Like foreign imposed transitional government. Every president we have had was transition. Like we had Aristide is the one that they took out twice. And, and then we have, like every president, like every time like somebody's governing the country, they're always being imposed from outside. And as you guys can think, if an outsider is putting your president in, the president is not gonna do what it needs to do for the people. Like if you guys can understand, and another thing Anne was talking about was how now they put 9 president, something like that, two prime minister. And they're doing turns on like every team. Nobody knows who's in charge. And it's even worse if you think about how the US changed the Haitian constitution where a president cannot have 2 consecutive terms. Now we're doing 3 months. Like no one knows what's going on. So, what happened during the weekend, it's stemmed for all this craziness. So you have a country with no with no state. Like, like every time we're in Haitian live, like somebody see the state, everybody's like, what state? There hasn't been a state there forever. It's literally, I feel like they literally try to get us out of the country because there's no other way to explain this kind of mistreatment for no reason. And, like the stuff with the DR, it's all stemmed from that. And a lot of times it's because the DR folks can't understand what we're going through because they have a different total reality. They create this contrast. They created this contrast that the light-skinned people are good. The darker skinned people are bad. And what they don't tell you is they are the one funding it. Whatever was working in Haiti, they moved to DR. Haiti used to have the largest sugar cane, one of the largest sugar cane production. It's, obviously from the slavery time, because we used to provide most of Europe's sugar. They moved that from Haiti side to the DR side. Now you hear like a lot of immigrants in DR. Like Haitian didn't used to go to DR. The DR folks went to Haiti and buy those folks. Literally bought them. to go work the sugarcane industry. They removed from Haiti to DR. Everything that was working, every industry, they moved into DR. And that's why a lot of time people have to go because their job is gone away. Because they want the DR side to be the sole supplier and us Haitian to just be buying and never produce anything that bring us money. And you guys probably like, oh, Haiti has tourism and stuff. No, like they literally destroying the country. So we used to be the number one touristic country in the region. Like plane not even fly to Haiti anymore. Like people were trying to go back. They were starting to go back. Guess what? Randomly somebody shot at an airplane in the month of December, knowing that this is like the tourist season. It's like they're actively working so the country doesn't work.
Wow.
They actively like, and I don't know who's behind it, but there's a force that actively trying to keep Haiti down for no reason. These people haven't done anything to have this kind of treatment. And one into what happened this weekend is you have the country, because it doesn't have a state, you have a lot of people just randomly, like guns. That's another thing. Even per DR minister, Zahir something, I don't remember her name. She said that they found like a link between those guns that are in Haiti and like, some kind of, transition of shipment to Haiti. It's so, we need help. If you guys don't know what's happening in Haiti, we need help because it wouldn't be fair for the people there to be dying, for kids cannot go to school for absolutely no reason that we can see, and people in the US like totally oblivious to what's happening.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely, D-Bus. No, thank you for that.
Thank you. And let me quickly go to what happened this weekend.
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
guy went and shot a bunch of like old folks for no reason. And there's no institution, no police to arrest him because it's all been destroyed. Thank you, Smitty. I just wanted to kind of go through it because a lot of time when people are talking to Haiti, because they tell you this whole thing about voodoo and all that stuff, people go to the imaginary. They don't understand that what Haiti is going through might be your future because it's something somebody from the outside implemented, and all of it, if we don't destroy it in Haiti, when it comes to you, and when they're implementing this same thing they did to Haiti or to the or to whoever, it'll be too late because when it was happening in Haiti, you didn't try to stop and help those people. Thank you.
No, thank you, D-Bus. I appreciate you. Now, thank you for that, man. That was very heartfelt. I think everybody felt that one. No, for sure. And before I bring in Vanessa, I'll just say one. As a Black person, Black African American, whatever, I feel a connection to my Haitian brothers and sisters. I always have, even when I didn't really understand the history as much. But again, when I started to dig into the history and learn about Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines and the Haitian Revolution and how America has actively suppressed the knowledge and what has been done to this country with incredible people, incredibly courageous leaders, and you really start to dig in to the history. It's like, oh my goodness! And I remember the first live that I did. I think Ann, you were here, fam, and Firewire. I was like, the stuff that was being said. I remember because I was actually on business in Barcelona. I remember I finished the live. I almost was physically sick, learning all of this information that I had never known. I thought I had known some stuff. Like I thought I was like, okay, I'm pretty up to speed. And then that live came through. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, wow, we have really been shielded from what's going on in Haiti and what Haitians have had to go through. So it's definitely personal for me for a variety of reasons. Let me go up to Vanessa. Vanessa, fam, thank you for joining the live. I know you want to come up and share. Please feel free to share whatever you would like.
Yeah, hi Smitty, how are you?
Good. Glad you could come up.
Yeah, Well, I have like a little bit like more of a nuance thing about the American involvement in Haiti.
Okay.
I don't think basically it's historically a Democrat versus Republican issue when it comes to the whole Haitian thing, because of the thing is that like sure Democrats like involve themselves more politically, like they what's the word I'm looking for? They are like more
Maybe hands-on. Is that what you're talking about? Like,
hands-on politically, but like the Republicans have done shady things too. If they're just not as involved as, because I remember when I was a little girl, like in the well, that's why I remember. From what I remember, it was like kind of like dumping like pharmaceutical in Haiti in the 80s that was not like FDA approved in America, just like dump it in Haiti, and then people would get sick and get like,
that's crazy. I've never even heard that before.
yeah, it was like a pharmacy, a big pharma group that like gave up like, and that's like anecdotal, like real life things. Like my grandfather actually died from taking that medication
Right.
because he had like a cancer, and then when they investigated, the doctor was like, they give him that medication in Haiti. That medication didn't even like wasn't even like FDA approved.
Jeez.
So it is what it is. It's a bunch of things. It's not just like a Democrat. It's just as far as I know, as far as I remember, Haiti has always been made to feel like the burden of this invisible force by everybody else. I think like they're just like carving out pieces because they think that for some strange reason we're not technically supposed to have it ourselves as Haitians. That's how I feel. Maybe it's just like my interpretation of it. Maybe not. I don't know, because like as far as I know, like even the ones that want to come back home, it's like kind of like we want to go visit our family, but now we can't because like of all the turmoils and like I don't know, man. It's just a really tough situation all around.
No, this is. I mean, again, this is every time I do a live on Haiti, I learn something new that's incredibly tragic, and we just need to talk about Haiti more, and we do, because it just is not talked about. It's not talked about at all. So I just want to open it up to anybody on the panel. So feel free just to jump in, share your thoughts about, maybe what we can do. Maybe we talk about that. Maybe we talk about just, stuff that people don't know. But just feel free, whatever you would like to discuss at this point.
I think we have to kind of like, and I'll hand it over to Juju. Really, I just want to say, like, I want to add that there is a U.S. quote unquote U.S. UN backed mission of Kenyan forces, Kenyan police out in Haiti that is supposed to be a peacekeeping mission, and they have so far been unable to do anything, and they are quitting currently for non-payment. So where there was this quote unquote help that was supposed to come in, all we've seen is more violence. It's getting more and more violent, and as time goes by. But I'll hand it over to Juju.
Okay, thank you, Ann. Juju, go ahead.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. No, I just as far as like the whether a Republican or Democratic of administration is good or bad for Haiti. With my like understanding of geopolitics, U.S. policy, foreign policy has always pretty much been the same universally across political parties. It's just about the strategic interest of the United States, you know. And so like it doesn't change from Democrat to Republican because we pretty much got screwed by both administrations. You know, and yeah, like you're right. Not a lot of people talk about these things or what goes on in Haiti, and there's a lot of disinformation out there too, because there's not really any a lot of credible sources of information as far as like the media. Well, I know like a lot of people they get real confused when going through some of or researching what's going on in Haiti. Like number one is the language barrier, and then there's just pretty much disinformation. But like you know, pretty much. Haiti, over the years, like the people have lost control of the country. All of this that was going on is not the fault of the people. The people would like to be in a stable, prosperous country, but there's forces at work that are there that are just there to sabotage, to steal money and not really do anything for the country. So like, and it's the foreigners or the international bodies that put a lot of these people in power, and has destabilized the country to the point it's to where it's at today. So like I'm gonna land with that. Thank you.
Okay. No, thank you. Let me go to Firewire. Anything else you want to add, Pam?
I just wanted to quickly add in regards to the issues that are also going on in Haiti regarding the justice system. The justice system there isn't really one. We have Haitians that are literally in jail right now that haven't even seen a trial. They haven't seen any documentation as to why they're there. And these are jails that are over capacity, barely can even move in the small amount of space that they have. And there's no form of court system. The judge that's typically there may not even be there for months. And there's people that are still in jail waiting to find out why they're there, waiting to find out what type of legal assistance they can get, and they can get nothing. And literally there's no one talking about it. And these are jails like obviously are not being kept up to even human conditions, human standards at the most. It's like they're all like packed in a cage like animals at this point. That's literally what it looks like and what it feels like to see that my people are in these situations with no legal help. And even when there was news coverage there, you can watch and see how when people are begging to find some way that these people can try to bring more awareness to them, maybe see if they can get some form of actual legal guidance, and there's nothing for them. Absolutely nothing for them. And like I said, a lot of them don't even know why they're there. And there's no court system, no judge, no lawyers, all documentation is on paper. It almost looks like it's written by quail, like feathered ink. And no one's talking about it. And yeah, that's all I want to say, sorry.
Let me add two quick points, Smitty. One is, a couple of them is like what you guys already mentioned. The stuff about the medicine. I can give you stories of like people dying from taking fake medicine in Haiti that they sent from the US or from Canada, from whomever. Second, they routinely send toxic stuff. Whenever there's like toxic stuff they want to dispose of, a lot of time they send them to Haiti. Third, human trafficking in that country. And I feel like sometimes the reason we suffer what we're suffering is so they can have easy access to human to traffic and kid trafficking. Like there's a very famous actor that every Haitian know what happened there, but no one talk about it. That went to do like one of those NGO things that they like to do in Haiti. After the person left, every kid in that area disappeared. For fifth.
And
And you know, they always like those. They always sending troops in Haiti. One of the two things that let me tell you two things I did with the troops. One of them poo in the water. One of the troops, one of those UN troops, poo in the water. Give 100,000 people cholera. Another one, Minushka, she raped so many kids, some as young as 7-year-old. Like in Haiti, there are a bunch of kids there are a bunch of like young girls that have kids because they were raped by Minushka troops. And when they
Careful.
after they did the investigation, they said it would be too much work for them.
Divas, sorry to interrupt. Just watch the language. You know, to not flag the live.
Okay.
Say like grape,
Okay.
for example. Oh, sorry.
I was just trying. I was just going. I wasn't thinking. I'll finish with that. The UN said it will be too much work for them to try to figure out what happened with that grape situation, the kiddie grape situation, because there were so many kids that happened, so many people partaking in it, and you know you guys can read all of this online. Like there's a bunch of UN documentation. Some kids said, you know, like the PDD parties you hear about. I first read them like what they were doing to not PDD obviously. Like I'm talking about the Minushka UN troops that were in Haiti. This kind of if you go online, you literally see they were doing this kind of parties with 6 and 7-year-old. Please do the research on this because the world need to know what happened.
Thank you, man. I just I'm telling you, every time I do the live on Haiti, I don't know, we've done maybe 4 or 5. Every time, man, it just, God, you just hear something that just hits you right in the gut. I don't know. Go ahead, Vanessa, fam. What again, information we need to know? Just anything you would like to share with us. And Vanessa, you're on mute, fam, if you're still there.
Oh, okay. One thing I remember that people started doing to destabilize Haiti in the early 90s, I think, was that bringing like detainees from the U.S., violent detainees, and then just like dump them in Haiti in the early 80s. It was like round the clock, like people coming from the U.S. and just like being dropped. And then that's when we started having like humongous amount of gang violence issues. Because back, as far as I remember in Haiti, like there was no, like the gangs was not as bad. I mean, there was like thievery, sure, but not as bad. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse throughout the year. And I don't understand how they got so powerful because, like, there's no money in the country, so where are they getting all those arms? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an overall mess.
It's heartbreaking. Yeah.
I remember in the there was no gated community. You could have like People were not locking their houses. People didn't even have fences to their houses in Haiti. Everybody was just like living, and now it's like people are leaving their houses and their homes, and like violence 24/7. You hear it. My neighborhood is completely overrun, like by gang violence, and that's sad.
Yeah. It's this vibe, I tell you, Brooklyn mob, I feel you, fam. I just the information that we just have been so shielded from. Again, I keep going back to that. That it's been, I think we've been running the live for what, a little bit over an hour, and just think about what we've heard from these amazing people here on the panel in an hour, right? Imagine all of the other stuff that we still don't know. And I always say this, especially in a live like this, right, where we have this kind of content, that number one, I'm so appreciative of all of the panelists, because to be willing to share this information with us means that you have a level of trust of this platform and of the people that have attended. Because trauma is not something that people want to easily share. People don't just go around talking about their trauma just because they feel like it. And so I always feel compelled to say that, and then also feel compelled to we have to do something about it as well. It's not enough for people to share trauma with us and we just sit on our hands. We get emotional, and then 5 minutes later, we've forgotten about it. We need to make more content. Heck, I need to make more content about Haiti. We need to talk about this more. We talked about it a little bit during the election, but we need to talk about this more and do more things. And what can we do? Let's if one of you guys want to take that question, what can we do? We have an audience of people that clearly are interested and want to help and want to do something. What can we do? What do y'all think?
I think for right now, it's a question of raising awareness, spreading the word, because everyone is just completely blind to the situation. No one knows enough about it. And we can't seem to gain any kind of traction to get anybody involved or interested enough to at least hear us out, so that we can move past the point of, can we just spread information? Can we please be heard? Can we please be seen and valued for our lives? And it's just like, we're all just begging to be seen. We're all just begging to be heard. And we're all just begging for some kind of help to stop seeing children go into gangs and commit atrocities against other children and women. Cars are being set on fire. People are not able to stay in their own homes. And so now schools are being shut down and converted into shelters for people, because people can't go home anymore. The neighborhoods are not safe. I don't know that there's an outbreak of cholera again, but I know that it did start to happen when they were getting moved into these schools. So I can only assume that it's going to come back again. It's very hard to eradicate cholera, especially when you don't necessarily have access to clean water. People are starving because also our agriculture, which is our rice production, which is a staple in the Haitian diet, was completely decimated. And I think we've covered that before. So we are not self-sufficient. We're not self-sufficient in any aspect, whether it's agriculture, whether it's production. We don't have any of those things. And then we're going to add on to most doctors have either run away from the country. There's been this insane brain drain because no one feels safe. So if you can leave, you leave instead of looking for a way to help. You think, okay, well, I have kids and this isn't like a livable situation for my kids. So now I have to leave. So there's been this insane amount of brain drain. And I know that we say that this policy of President Biden is a good thing for Haitians. And it is for Haitians that do have access, that are able to come here. They get to send their kids to school. It's a perfect situation for the people that are able to come. But what happens to those who can't come, who don't have a family member that can file for them? What happens to those people who they've kept their kids out of school for the last year because they cannot afford it, because there's no jobs, because there's no safety, because people can't even be in their own homes anymore? The gangs are going into neighborhoods and driving people out. And so it leads me to the next question of, if we're driving people out of their homes, innocent people that are not the 1%ers, people that are not the absolute elite, right? You've already run the 1%ers out of the country. Now you're running whoever you can out of their little neighborhoods, out of their only safety. Who are we? Who is supposed to hear us? Who is supposed to say, like, this is just a 1%er issue? It's not, because if the poor people in the society are also being run off, then it's not a 1%er issue. It's not. You're not angry at the 1%ers. You're taking out this violence against every single citizen of Haiti.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me just add one thing to that was an incredible answer, fam. One, I just want you to know, on this platform, my Haitian sisters and brothers, you are all seen, you are all appreciated. Many of you are some of my closest on this app. So I dearly appreciate all of you. It reminds me of when I started hosting lives about, Israel, Palestine, and Palestinians said literally almost to the word of what Ann said. It was almost exactly the same thing. Like, Smitty, we just thank you for just giving us a chance to even talk. I was like, wow, that's all you want? And it was very eye opening. And it's interesting how it's the same. One thing I will say too, when it goes to brain drain is a colonial tactic. I hope there's nobody that would debate that. Brain drain is a colonial tactic that has been used to destabilize many different countries. That countries like the United States completely take advantage of. To bring out the quote unquote best and brightest, who have no other choice, but do have the means to be able to leave, leaving a country much more destabilized. It is just awful. Be blessed. Can we address the resurgence of harmful language using? Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Can we address the resurgence of harmful language against Haitians in America? Does anybody want to take that one?
I'll take that quickly.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, D-Bus.
One of the things when it comes to Haitian and Haiti is that because there's so many negative connotation about us, that anytime anything about Haiti comes up, most people already have an idea. Like, they're already gonna, it's like that we used to do with Palestinian, if that makes sense. Like, they already have a negative idea, so nothing come through because they have already rejected. They already reject those people. Right. So when I see the whole thing going on, like Haitian, like the cat, it's all fake. So we all know that. But what it does, it compile to this narrative, right? Therefore, people are not seeing the victim in all of this. So that's why, when you ask, what can you guys do that are listening to this? The most important thing you can do is just hear us out. That's it.
I always said the language of the oppressed is universal. It's incredible. Thank you, D-Bus. Anybody else want to speak on, and maybe it's not even the resurgence of language or negative language against Haitians. Maybe it's just always been there, and we just didn't pay attention. I don't know, but if anybody else wants to speak about that, I think that could be impactful too.
I'll mention something about that. Hey, Susu. Hey, sis. Thank you for coming through, Susu. I'll mention that also there was a march that occurred in New York, I believe it was mostly in Brooklyn, where at one point Haitians were being blamed for the AIDS epidemic. We were being blamed for that to the point where we were no longer allowed to donate blood, and we were seen as the reason why AIDS came to America. And no one tends to mention that oftentimes when it comes to what Haitian people have experienced, especially in this country. Like I've stated beforehand that Haitians have fought in the Revolutionary War, but America's literally turned their backs on us. America has always taken and taken and taken and has never given anything. From 2010, when the Red Cross raised $500 million and only 6 homes were built with that $500 million. 6 homes. From the cholera outbreak that the UN was responsible for. And to this day, as we saw with Trump and his continuous obsession with anti-Haitian rhetoric, right, it will always continue to affect us in this country. Like, we have not been able to get a chance to rest even for a moment. We've been in chains at the price of what it was so-called a successful revolution. We were never afraid. Those chains that have been shackled on our wrists have never rusted since then. And that's never taken into account. Because America said, oh, Haiti inspired us to separate from Britain. Well, that inspiration led you to do exactly what they did to you guys, to Haitians. To take the land, to dehumanize us without batting an eyelash. And it's been literally falling on deaf ears. I'm just hoping that that we continue spreading more awareness about Haiti.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Firewire, you touched on, history with the Haitian Revolution and the American Revolution. And again, this is where I go back into indoctrination, where, and yes, happy say there's 6 homes raising all of that money. It's just, again, it's so distressing what you hear, these facts that are being dropped by the panelists. But again, it's systematic. This is why when we talk about systematic, right, indoctrination, when it comes to the Haitian Revolution and what we're taught in history classes and world history and U.S. history, right? What are we taught when it comes to Louisiana Purchase, right? Oh, that was a shrewd, incredible, crafty move by Thomas Jefferson. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines are responsible for the Louisiana Purchase, right? But they don't tell you that. They do not tell you that. They don't tell you that the Louisiana Purchase fell on Thomas Jefferson's lap. Anybody would have done that, because the French were so weakened by the Haitian Revolution. But that's not what they tell you, right? And so, we're indoctrinated and we're not even taught about what happened in Haiti and the link between the Haitian Revolution and what happened here in this country, and how the United States completely shut off Haiti when they saw a group of Black people rising up and they said, oh my gosh, we don't want our quote unquote Black people to do that here. So we better not even let any discussion or any knowledge of what's happening in Haiti filter over to America. That's the reason. Don't let anybody else tell you anything else. That's the reason. Anything else y'all want to add? I'm going to close it up. I think this might be a good point to close it up. But again, if there's anything else you guys want to add, please feel free to share anything you would like.
I add one more thing.
Of course.
it's not only because what our fight with the French, but also Haitian came on this soil. You can still go to Savannah, Georgia, and find statues of this. Came to this soil and fought with the American. And like when you look at throughout the Americas, you can still blue and like a lot of flags. Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, DR, like most of the flags in the Latin America have blue and white. Guess where the blue and white? I'm sorry, blue and red. Guess where the blue and red come from? It's from the Haitian flag, because in most of these countries, Haiti also helped them. And one thing that a lot of Haitians take issue with is how much we help these people, but when it's their turn to help us the way we helped them in the past, they just don't care. Did you guys know that Haiti helped Greece gain independence? Yes.
Wow. I believe it.
To establish the state of Israel, Haiti was one of the few countries that stood up and helped these people. You cannot find anything where the Israelis try to help us. If anything, you cannot find where they hurt us. It's like we are this country that keep helping other country when they need it, but we just never see the help come back, or even the people acknowledging it. I truly don't even know if most people from Venezuela, Panama, and Ecuador even know the flag is from Haiti, that the flag was even created in Haiti. They don't know that because we've been washed out, like out of history, if not demonized.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's, again, the more I've done lives and talked to people, the more I'm just overwhelmed, and the level of strength that the Haitian, our Haitian brothers and sisters that you must have is so inspiring. And thank you to us again for dropping knowledge I didn't even know, and I think some of the folks listening may not have known as well. So thank you for that. Any final comment? Anything? Again, please feel free to just jump in. Anything else you guys want to add?
Just to add, yes, it was supported the creation of the state of Israel, but recently Haiti came out in the 80s and said that they were against the injustices that were perpetuated against Palestinians. And this is kind of terrible, but also, I don't know how you'll take it, but we actually opened up our borders to receive Palestinians due to the injustices that happened. And now we have a very strong, very powerful Palestinian community, Palestinian Haitian community, Levantine community in Haiti. We no longer back Israel. I just want to be clear on that.
Got you. No, I did not know about the Levantine community in Haiti. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. So maybe on that note, we're gonna close it up. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for thank you, Hemi. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for just again trusting us and trusting this platform and the folks who make it happen with the trauma. Again, as I've always said, thank you, fam, for that. Appreciate all of the support. It's up to us now, and my platform will always be available for you. So just let me know. Hey, Smitty, it's time. We need to do another live. That's all you got to do. Firewire, thank you guys. Appreciate all of you. The platform will always be here. So just let me know. And I love all of y'all. And I probably will run another live here in a few minutes on the healthcare situation and UHC as well, most likely. We'll see. I got to look at my calendar. But this is always a platform where we will have these kind of discussions. So thank you all very much. We'll see y'all soon.